As a registered pharmacist or life science graduate, you already pose 80% of the core scientific DNA required. You understand drug mechanism, interaction, and strict protocols. The remaining 20% of the actual industrial application is what companies are willing to teach you, provided you know which track to enter. So, how do you bypass the HR gatekeepers who filter out resumes without industrial experience? You leverage Singapore's secret weapons, EBD-backed training scheme, and government subsidized talent pipelines. The Singapore government aggressively fund programs like the Career Convergent Programs or CCPs for biomedical professionals. Through these initiatives, the EBD partners directly with the major Biopolis tenant. Here, how the magic works. The government subsidizes up to 70 to 90% of their salaries and training costs during the transition period that completely flip the script for the hiring manager. Suddenly, taking a chance on no experienced candidates, it's a financial risk for the company. It's heavily subsidized investment. Instead of applying through the generic job portals where logarithm rejects you, you need to look specifically for the companies offering these EBD-backed company-led training tracks. These are literally designed to turn fresh graduates and clinical switchers into the industrial powerhouse. So, now, where exactly should you aim your target? These are two primary high-paying pathways where the clinical knowledge translates beautifully into the industrial success: GMP manufacturing and regulatory affairs. First up to the GMP. So, good manufacturing practice. This is the backbone of the Biopolis. To stand out here without experience, you don't need have run a multi-million-dollar bioreactors. You just need to prove you understand the logics of the GMP. Focus your self-study or short courses certifications on the data integrity, contamination control, and quality assurance protocols. The secondary pathway is the regulatory affairs. This is the crown jewel for the many career switchers. As the pharmacist, you already know how to read clinical data and understand drug safety. In regulatory affairs, your job is to act as the bridge between the biotech company and the regulatory bodies like the Singapore HSA. Because this role relies so heavily on the meticulous documentation, compliance, and scientific communication. A clinical background is often preferred over someone who has only spent time on the factory floor. So, how to bypass HR via specialized recruiters, but how do you ensure your resume actually gets seen? If you are applying blindly on the mainstream job board, your application is likely to disappear into the black holes. To win this game, you need to bypass the traditional HR entirely by leveraging specialized life science recruitment agencies in the Singapore. Agencies that focus exactly on the Biopolis and cross biomedical hubs have direct relationship with the hiring managers. They know exactly what multinational companies have open headcount under the EBD training grants this month. When you connect with these specialized recruiters, don't apologize for your lack of experience. Position yourself as a blank canvas with a rock solid scientific foundation. Tell them, I am registered professional looking to leverage ABD-backed track to transition into the industrial QA or regulatory affairs. They will immediately know you understand the market and they will market you to companies looking to utilize your government fundings. The entry barriers to Biopolis are not the walls, they are just doors that require a specific key. By leveraging government-backed schemes and targeting the right compliance pathway, 2026 can be the year you launch your industrial career. If you found this breakdown helpful, hit the like button, subscribe for the more Singapore career roadmaps, and drop a comment below on which pathway you are planning to target. See you in the next video. Thank you. I am Aqeel, your host for the immigration or international jobs. What if I told you the years of experiences requirements at Biopolis is actually optional? Most pharmacists believes they are locked out in the industrial role, stuck in the retail or hospital shifts forever. But right now, Economic Development Board or EDB-backed training schemes are actively bypassing these traditional barriers for newcomers. If you have been told you need 3 to 5 years of GMP branch experience just to get your foot into the door, you have been led to. Let's break down how the Singapore biotech landscape has fundamentally changed this year and how you can exploit it. So welcome back to the channel. If you are looking at Singapore biomedical sector in 2026, you are looking at the massive peak hiring window. With the recent expansion of our biotech clusters and new multi-million dollar biological facilities going fully operational this year, the demand for the qualified talent has outpaced the supply of the experienced local industrial pharmacists. This creates a massive bottleneck for the companies and massive opportunities for you. The biggest myth holding people back is that you need a background in a heavy industrial production to get hired. The truth, multinational pharma giants at the Biopolis don't just hire for what you have done, they hire for you foundational knowledge and your ability to adapt to strict compliance frameworks.